Many people thought that this blue umbrella, these Tommy Bahama umbrellas, did you know that's all they are? It's just regular old Tommy Bahama. But these blue umbrellas aren't the most shocking discovery of blue items that weren't burnt in the fire. Yeah, there's one way more obvious, way more suspect, and it makes a lot of sense why this is happening.
So this is the only Wi-Fi truck in all of the Napili Shopping Center.
Damn.
The third biggest hub on the west side, now that Lahaina is gone. The most people here, and this is the Wi-Fi. Why do they not want you to communicate with the rest of the world on the west side of Maui right now?
I'll tell you why, because of people like Captain Chris exposing that why are the supply lines blockaded and he has to go by boat with his local Kanakas and the local Hawaiians, exposing government blocking supply lines. That's just one thing. Maybe it's because of this gentleman who exposed he was on the highway driving and the cops routed him into Front Street and then blocked all the streets behind him. And you know what he had to do? Turn around, because there was no getting out of it. He had to drive around the cops illegally. They didn't want him to. They were trying to route him back into that crap, but this gentleman said in my previous videos, they blocked every street. Boom, boom, boom. Weird. He broke loose, went around them, and they chased him to his house. He didn't think nothing of it. He doesn't realize yet. It hasn't dawned on him yet what they did. But he knows that they corralled the people. He states it. They corralled the people. He just believes because people are good-hearted that this is just orders that's accidental. Does it seem accidental to you people out there? Well, it gets way worse. Watch this one. Look at this. The shirt store. Watch.
I see a shirt survived.
Many shirts all through with the price tags on them
Shirt
still.
survives fire like that, I wonder. A shirt that says Sister Revolution. Hard to believe, huh? The whole building goes down. The whole street goes down, and then these shirts survive somehow. The Sister Revolution. A lot of them, actually. It's crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to auction these shirts off. The last surviving apparel from Maui. These are going to go auctioned.
Here's what you should do with those shirts. Keep them for evidence. You're going to need it. Need a forensic audit going on. Why? This is why.
But what if there's more to it? Let's delve into the science of lasers, or as they're ominously termed, dews. Why? Because there's something interesting about a specific shade of blue in these energy beams. Here's the science. Certain energy rays interact differently with various colors on the spectrum. Some colors are more resistant or reflective, protecting underlying materials from harm. Remember those untouched umbrellas amidst the Lahaina devastation? Skyscraping trees untouched by disaster can be explained away. But how do you justify these seemingly invincible umbrellas?
Not the umbrellas. The shirts. With a building imploded on itself, look at it. There's nothing left. But there's blue shirts. Their tags are left because they were in between the shirts. Obviously, right? I mean, who doesn't have the chills running up their spine right now from seeing these shirts come out of a flattened structure? Blue shirts. Just look at everything. Just put all the pieces together. I just want you to know that you owe this to yourself to see the truth. Because if you turn a blind eye when truth is slapping you in the face, then you are consenting to what they're doing to these people. And the biggest truth of all is that there's no more fence to straddle. It's done. Because next time it's your town. And next time it's your child. And next time it's your business. And next time it's your community that's lost. So it is up to you. Because nobody can exercise your free will. Nobody can align with the truth but you. And nobody can spread the message that you can. Because you are placed here right now for this very time, for this very purpose, to stand up. You feel it in your heart, don't you? Everybody does. I know everybody does because you can feel it in the air. Everybody knows something's wrong. It's going on worldwide, these fires. And how can anyone explain this? There's nothing that can explain these blue shirts in a collapsed, imploded, totally destroyed building. Let's look at the building as we're walking back up. Let's just So this is the building. There ain't nothing left. There are the shirts right there. How is it possible? It's not just this. It's not just the umbrellas. Things that didn't burn. This guy's account right here is now being stalked and harassed. I wonder by who? All for his drone footage. Did you know that? The gentleman putting out all this drone footage is now being stalked, harassed, is in fear for his safety, for his family. Not for himself. He wants to speak the truth. He knows what it is. He knows it's dangerous, but he's doing it anyways. But look at that. Unscathed. Or that. How is that possible? Everybody knows this blue car. You know that blue car? People kept saying to me, that car was drove there. It wasn't drove there. That car ended there. Oh, look, there's one more blue car over there. But I'm going to have to say that these blue t-shirts, amongst this rubble from this shirt store, clearly because it has brand new tags on it, so that was someone's store. Now, those are the most obvious thing I've ever seen. It got the umbrellas smoked out because it was literally in the rubble. Parts of it were smoking, but majority of the shirts were just fine. How is that possible? How is it possible? How do we, as a people, right, have this brain? God gave us this brain. It has a responsibility. The responsibility is what? To exercise your rights. That's what your responsibility is. Because anything else is consenting to what's playing around you. Maybe we've been indoctrinated to listen, to follow orders like we're seeing all over the place. Have you seen all the order following that people are just like, I'm only following orders? It makes a lot of sense how a lot of tragedies and genocides have happened over the, history. Look at this one. This is in Canada.
Yep, definitely
Canada.
a problem. I am feeding the whole town right now.
I've been ordered not to let anyone across the bridge, so you can go through CSRD and see if they'll let you through, but right now you're not allowed across the bridge.
The spot flares aren't on my property, but the 100 acres of bush.
That's where the liability issue comes in.
I can't get
out.
I also just want to know, so if I walk across right now,
You can't.
so I'm going to be arrested if I go across that bridge. So who just told me that I can walk? So I'm not, literally cannot get over there. Why are we wasting these resources right now on this?
That's just the way it is. Something happened and nobody's allowed across the bridge.
Okay, what has happened exactly? So you were instructed to stop everyone who comes across this bridge.
Correct.
And so for what reason?
I was given an order and I'm following that order.
Okay, well, what is the order exactly?
To not let anyone across the bridge.
all of the bush bit behind where if there is a fire that happens and it comes straight to my place, like you don't understand, save your house, but when that bush is behind and I can run out there with a shovel and buckets of water and put out 30 spot fires in a day, when I
save that old lady's house,
I can save 10
she's
people's
gonna
houses.
burn down and possibly be in the way of wildfires or other firefighting opportunities. There is nobody out here besides that.
At least they had some water to fight. So I'm sure he's going to say, hey, I'm just following orders. Well, I have something to tell you. We the people, we'd like to follow you too. At least in prison for a lifetime sentence. That's the least you deserve. A lot of people may think, oh, this is all coincidence. Except it ain't. Except it led to so much loss of life. Following orders, it caused death or violate people's rights like you're seeing in Canada. Or here right now. It's here right now too. In Maui, they're giving out permission slips just to travel from different parts of the island. And I'm not talking about Lahaina. This is just any town. If you're going to travel in Maui, you need a permission slip now. And people are lining up. You don't have to, guys. Maybe it's just, everybody has to figure out what's going on, go through this as an experience. But I'm telling you, this is a violation of your rights. No different than them not letting you put your house out. No different than it is your right to have water to fend for fires. They can't just turn off the water. If they do, they only get away with it if we do nothing.
We're fighting. We felt like we were winning. We're keeping it at bay, keeping it off of the properties. The water shut off. Even the firemen that were patrolling couldn't refill their trucks.
President, within 6 hours, met our needs with the federal movement. 6 hours. I don't think that's ever happened.
Well, let's get right into this. Everybody who wants to know the truth, here you go. Type this in. Governor Josh Green, Agenda 2030. You want to know how they can implement this worldwide? You want to know how they can implement this worldwide? You want to know how they can turn off the water in Canada in some location? And also turn the water off in Maui in some location? How is all this possible? Let me show you. Governor Green goes to the United Nations to talk about Hawaii. Oh, except he was the keynote speaker for this right here, Agenda 2030. You know, the one where you'll own nothing and be happy? The government just needs to tax you for climate change, even though they can't solve world hunger? Go read the article. article, Invest into Yourself. The speakers who were invited to help implement the United Nations Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals in 2030. He was the keynote speaker, Governor Josh Green. And isn't he acting like one? Yes, he is. It's happening right now in real time. And what are you going to do about it is the real question. Nothing changes until we the people stand together, united, not divided. This is what brings change. It is by you and me, and we the people. If you have a soul, I'm talking to you. Be the change you want to see. State Nationals rock.
So, Project BlueBeam looks like Project laser beams that can't see blue. And clearly our military is corrupted, all of them. All of the police officers working against people like this, following orders. The police forces are fucking corrupt and disgusting. What are we gonna do? This is disgusting. And people who want to be in denial that the governments are causing these problems, and you just want to think it's like natural disasters. Well, over 30% of the world is on fire right now. And take Hawaii. Nobody's done anything about the fact that it's a huge human and child sex trafficking port, and it has been for a long time, and people either don't know that or don't want to know that. But yeah, say Maui burned just because that place was saturated in pedophilia. Why doesn't every American citizen go online and check their local Megan's Law predator list and see how many pedophiles are in your town, and wonder how many are in your fucking churches? And this is why we cannot stop them until we come together, because this is bad shit for sure.